This is D Hunter, bringing another action figure diorama accessory review. Today, we're going to look at the Bradford Exchange Decades of the Dark Knight Original Batsuit. This is basically the first appearance or Detective Comics number 27 Batsuit in a display case. This is intended to go as a background piece in the Batcave, or at least that's what I'm going to use it for. I'm sure some other people are going to use it for like a paperweight on their desk or just something on the shelf, etc. There are, I think, a total of 5 of these Batsuits that Bradford Exchange is making. This is the second one that I've received. I have the subscription to get all 5 of them, and I plan to have them lined up in my Batcave as sort of a Batsuit display. It should be perfect. The only problem is they're a little bit smaller than I'd like. These Batsuits probably clock in around 6.0 inches tall. A little smaller than what I normally collect. Most of the Batman figures I have are 6.5 inches or 7 inches tall, but should be a pretty cool background display. In this video, we're going to take a look at the suit, the action features, it has light-up features, and we'll check it out with a bunch of other Batcave trophies or props that I use in my collection. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. Let's go and take a look at the little certificate it came with. Certificate of Authenticity. Limited edition number, this is A0207. They made 10,000 of these. Batman, Decades of the Dark Knight, Original Batsuit. From the Bradford Exchange. So now let's look at the actual item. This is a large sort of capsule, kind of a half cylinder, and honestly the display base looks really good. The suit itself looks really good, but just a little smaller than I'd like. So, here's an up-close view. We have glass here. Here's how the top looks. Like I said, it's sort of a half cylinder. On the back, has sort of a velvety type texture. Decades of the Dark Knight, Original Batsuit, Batman logo, DC. Here's the suit. In there, he has the signature sort of purple gloves, gray outfit, bat symbol with no oval, old school belt with the circle in the middle, and I love how the head there doesn't have a face. Some people put action figures into little things like this, but they don't look right because they have their face there. This is an actual suit. It has 0 articulation. You can see the cape flowing down. At the bottom, we have the Batman symbol, and it says Original Batsuit. Kind of bothers me. I wish they had centered that a little better. It's not centered at all. It's on from left to right, but I think it would look a lot better in the middle. Not a big deal. Getting kind of nitpicky. At the bottom, we have a few of these little sort of, I don't know what you call them. I always call them little booty things that go on like the bottom of chairs that prevent scratching on glass or wood surfaces. And they're actually even on this one. We also have a switch that turns the light on and off. On my previous Batsuit, these were not all cut the same size, and so it was lopsided, and I had to kind of add my own to fix it. But this one, if I stand it up, it stands straight. So I appreciate that. So, here's a suit with the lights off in a fully lit room. And then here it is with a light on in a fully lit room. And here it is with a light on in a semi-lit room. And now with a light on in a completely dark room. There's a pretty cool effect. Although you can't really see the head on the suit very much in a totally dark room like this. The light is very strong and it lights up the suit very nicely. But it'd be nice if they, I don't know, maybe put it a little bit further back so you can see the head a little better. Still, very strong light, good effect, gonna be really cool in the Batcave. Now that we've taken a pretty good look at the action features, the light-up feature, let's check out the measurements. So, from bottom to the top of the suit capsule, standing right at 7 inches tall. But that doesn't mean it's a 7-inch scale figure or suit. The actual suit, from bottom to the top, standing about 5.75 inches tall, which can translate to about 14.5 centimeters. Now that means it's way too small to fit with your McFarlane figures, which is what I would have liked. And honestly, it's too small to fit in with your 6-inch figures, although you can fudge it in with either one as a background piece. I wish the figure was 6 inches tall. I wish the figure was 7 inches tall, and then the whole thing was 9 inches tall, but that's just not the world we live in. And seeing as how this is the second one of these suits I've gotten, I already knew this, and tell you the truth, I knew that when I got the first one. I knew it was going to be smaller than I'd like, but it's still going to make a great background piece in my Batcave. This one does seem to have better quality control than my last one. Like I said in the last one, it was sort of lopsided. I had to correct that myself. At the bottom, it had a bunch of extra glue. You can see a little bit sticking out at the top here. You can tell these were definitely handmade. And the website says they're with the highest quality from the Bradford Exchange, blah, 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 blah. But I've only got a few items from them, and they are handmade, but they all have some minor defects, etc. This one, pretty good shape, pretty much exactly as advertised. Now, the website, it did say this was 7 inches tall, but I was smart enough to know, especially from previous experience, that it was going to be significantly smaller than 7 inches, at least the suit inside. Here it is, next to a few different first appearance Batman figures. Mattel DC Universe Classics, DC Direct, and McFarlane DC Multiverse. You can see the McFarlane one is significantly taller than the suit display itself. These guys are taller than the suit, but at least smaller than the display. As a whole, like I said, smaller than I'd like, but it's fudgeable as a background piece. If it's in the back like that, you're not really going to notice a scale difference because it's so far away. But I have planned to have these lined up in the corner of my Batcave, and it should be a pretty cool piece. Now let's check it out into a Batcave setup. I want to check it out with a bunch of other Batcave props, display pieces, trophies, etc. Here it is in my portable Batcave. This is the Extreme Sets 2.0 Batcave. You can see different various trophies in the background. We have the large penny, Joker card, and T-Rex. There's gold Batsuits in the background, etc. This is not my main Batcave. This is just my portable Batcave. My main one is in a closet on the offshoot of my Batman room, and this will be a great addition. Here's this original Batsuit next to Bradford Exchange's Bronze Age Batsuit. This is a pretty traditional looking Batman suit that they used in the 70s, 80s, 90s, etc. Looks similar to the Nightfall version or the one from the Brave the Bold comics. This one is a little bit heavier than the original Batsuit. I'm not really sure why. And then here it is next to the next one Bradford Exchange offered, and that is the Modern Age Batsuit. You can see it looks like the Hush Batsuit, black and gray outfit, big bat symbol with no oval, and a more modern utility belt. And I'm sure you guys can count, but that gives us a total of 3 of these Batsuits. Now, I believe there's going to be a total of 5 of them. The other 2 that I can think of is the Azrael Armor Batman suit and the Dark Knight Returns Batsuit. Should be a pretty cool collection when complete. And of course, they do all light up as well. It looks like the Bronze Age Batsuit light is a little bit weaker than the other ones. Here it is, next to the only other item that I ever ordered from the Bradford Exchange. This is a Xenomorph from the Alien franchise with a Weyland-Yutani container suspended in water. A really cool action figure feature, a diorama. I thought this would be great with my NECA Aliens collection, and the way the website advertised it, 7 inches tall, blah, 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 blah. And the actual thing is about 7.5 inches tall, but the alien is probably 5 inches at best. It is all sort of curled up inside there, and I think it works for a Weyland-Yutani research facility. This thing was a little bit more expensive, but it's a little bit larger, has water, etc. Now, there is a new collection that Bradford Exchange is offering, and that's different sort of inmates in an Arkham cell. They showed the Joker first, and there's going to be numerous of them. But I think I'm going to pass on that. The characters are just too small. It won't be convincing in an Arkham display with my normal action figures looking at them. And, as I'm sure it's no surprise to you guys, I got 2 of these Xenomorphs suspended in water. Like I said, fantastic background for my NECA Weyland-Yutani research facility. And just like the Batsuit, these aliens have a light-up feature, which is really cool. It looks like the one on the right has some dead batteries. I'll have to replace them. It does take AAA batteries, 3 of them, so nothing unusual, easy to replace. Here's a suit next to the Bat computer. This is a giant wall-mounted Bat computer. We have a ton of monitors, huge keyboard, and a chair. Perfect for Batman to sit and do his research in. Here it is, next to the giant T-Rex that he has in the background of the Batcave. This is the Mattel Jurassic Park Colossal T-Rex. Very large figure or dinosaur. I took the tail off because he's just far too long with the tail to fit into this Batcave, but fits my main one just fine. This is actually intended for a smaller scale of figures, I think 4-inch scale, but it's so big that it works pretty good with your 6 and 7-inch stuff. And here it is, next to the giant penny, which is also seen in the background of the Batcave most of the time. My boy Bone Johnson 3D printed for me, and I love this diorama prop. And here it is, next to a large Joker card. Also often seen in the background of the Batcave, suspended in air with some cables. My boy Bone Johnson also 3D printed this for me, and I love it. Here it is, next to the Jason Todd Memorial in my Batcave. I basically took a Mattel DC Multiverse Carrie Kelly Robin, and I cut off and heated up, popped off all the flesh parts, and bam, I have the suit here. She wore the same suit that Dick Grayson wore in the old school Golden Age comics, which is the same thing that Jason Todd wore. Here it is, next to a couple of smaller trophy display pieces. On the left, we have a Joker bang gun. On the right, a large scratch coin for Two-Face. Nice little villain trophies for the background of my cave. And here's another one in a slightly different kind of trophy case. This is the Mad Bomber's toy car from the Batman the Animated Series episode, Beware the Grey Ghost. Another fantastic trophy prop. Makes perfect sense to the Batcave. And now, next to a couple of older 66 Batman props, we have the infamous red bat phone and the statue that they would use to enter the Batcave. Here it is, next to a suit display piece. This came with the Extreme Sets Batcave 1.0. You can see how much larger it is than this Bradford Exchange item, because it's meant to hold a 6 or 7 inch figure. It is quite roomy, a lot of extra space in there, and if you wanted to, you can put the suit right inside. Fits, complete ease, ton of extra clearance, no problem. Here it is, next to the 2 suit display cases that came with the Extreme Sets Batcave 2.0. They're pretty much the same thing, colored a little bit differently, but they fit behind the diorama with little holes showing the suit. I have a Dark Knight Trilogy Batsuit on the left, and a Ben Affleck Batsuit on the right. Both make really nice display pieces, and of course, this Bradford Exchange piece would fit right inside as well. Here it is, next to a Noda Studios third-party Dark Knight Trilogy Batsuit display. This thing is absolutely phenomenal. It has the cage or the Batsuit, you can shut it, and just like this Bradford Exchange item, it also lights up. This item is one of my favorite pieces of my collection. It is that damn good. And finally, here it is next to a 1989 Michael Keaton Batman movie suit vault. This thing is giant, fantastic. My boy Bone Johnson 3D printed this for me as well. It actually opens up, exposing the Keaton Batsuit in there. What a fantastic piece. Now I wanted to take a look at my main Batcave display. Since it's a little bit in disarray right now, I'm going to show you the clip from one of my older videos. Enjoy. Now let's take a look at my Batcave in Wayne Manor. My Batcave is in a walk-in closet, which is an offshoot of my main Batman room. At the bottom here, we have the Batcave, trophies, vehicles, etc. Above that, more Batcave. We have computers, labs, more trophies. Above that, we have part of the Wayne Manor. Above that, more of the Wayne Manor. And above that, a whole bunch of different Bat vehicles. So let's take a closer look. Starting with the side here, we have 2 of these Mattel giant Batcave playsets. One from Justice League, one from Batman vs Superman. As we go further down at the bottom, a couple Bat Cycles, some more Bat Cycles, some more Bat Cycles, and some more Bat Cycles. Here are those Batman trophies, the Joker card, T-Rex, and the coin. I suspended the Joker card in midair, just like I said. Found a fantastic home for these guys. We have some more Bat vehicles in the background. Here is this giant Kenner Batman Forever Batcave playset. Absolutely fantastic. Harold Alnut working on a couple Bat Cycles. Batmobile. A few more Batmobiles, Bat vehicles. DC Direct Batcave. Some Batman armored suits. Flying Fox. The DC Direct Batman Animated Series Batwing. Hot Toys the Bat. More Batman armored suits. Trophies. Bat Computer. Batman and Alfred with the Jason Todd Memorial. Bat Gadgets. Bat Lab. Bat Vault. More computers. And then the Wayne Manor. All up to the side here. Just wall-mounted McFarlane's Batwing. Bedroom. Living area. A lot more lounging and living areas. It even goes into Alfred's kitchen. And then more of the Wayne Manor. Ending with Damian Wayne's bedroom. And then the top, Space a Big Issue. These are all the Bat vehicles from more or less 90s, 2000s to now. Space a Big Issue, and it's a pain in the ass when I have to get some of them down. That is for sure. But what sparked this whole video was getting these badass trophies. Now let's check it out. Next is some Batman figures from different various companies. I collect these 6 and 7 inch scale Batman figures. Here it is next to some McFarlane DC Multiverse Batman figures, which is the main line that I collect, and probably the largest Batman figures that I collect. As you can see, it's significantly smaller, which is very disappointing because I wanted to use it with my McFarlane figures, and I'm still going to, but I'm going to have to use this as a background piece, a little bit further away. The website did advertise this as a 7 inch piece, and that's not wrong, but it can be misleading if you think the Batman suit is going to be 7 inches tall. You're gravely mistaken. You can see the McFarlane figures, which are 7 inches, stand about the same height as the top of the capsule. And here it is, next to some DC Direct Batman figures. Then, with some NECA Batman figures. And now, next to some Mezco 112 Collective Batman figures. And here it is, next to some Mattel DC Universe Classics and Multiverse Batman figures. Next, with a couple of Mafex Batman figures. And finally, with some SH Figure Arts Batman figures, which actually don't look bad next to this thing, although the actual Batman suits are about a ½ inch taller than the Bradford Exchange item. So overall, it's a pretty cool display piece. It's a really cool concept for an action figure collection, or diorama, accessories, whatever you want to call it. I just wish they were a little bit larger. A ½ inch would make a huge difference on this type of item. I did know it was going to be smaller than I'd like when I first ordered the first one, and when I received it, I decided to go all in. This will be really cool, having these lined up in the background. Just wish they were a little taller. It's going to require me to kind of use some perception, putting it further back, making it seem like it's the same size, which is annoying and inconvenient, but still a really cool item. And they are limited, so eventually they're going to be sold out and impossible to get. They are limited to 10,000 pieces, and I don't think they're going to be very hot sellers. I think it's going to take a while to sell out because they're grossly overpriced. But it is a very cool item. If you're not an action figure collector, you can put this on your desk in the office or on a bookshelf, and it could be a nice display piece by itself. But if you want to add to your action figure world, it can be done, but I'd say if you're thinking you're going to put it with your 6 or 7 inch figures, you're probably going to be disappointed. It's a nice item. I'm looking forward to completing the entire collection. And like I said, it's a really cool idea, but if it was just done a little bit differently, it could be so much cooler. The light feature is fantastic, very bright. The actual suit capsule looks really good, the detail is good, the glass, the plastic, it's all nice. The Batman suit itself also looks pretty nice. Just too small. If I were to rate this thing, and I'd say the quality control is a lot better on this one than the first one that I got, and I appreciate that, I'll probably give it a 6 out of 10. And the main reason is the size. If this thing was 7 inches tall, the whole thing was like 8, 8.5, it would be an easy 8 out of 10. But, as is, a 6 at best. So this is D Hunter. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you liked the video, press like below. If you have anything you want to say about the video, add to the comment section. If you want to see additional action figure diorama, and action figure accessory reviews from me, press subscribe. I do appreciate when you do that. Once again, this is D Hunter. Thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll talk to you real soon.